Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back with me, Andini Aulia Pratiwi. So, today we will learn about morphology. In this video, I will explain about morpheme, free, bound, derivation, inflection, and morphological process. So, let's go to the material. So, what is morphology? Morphology is the study of the structure of words. Morphology also helps us to focus on how the words are formed or changed. Next, I will explain about morpheme. Morpheme is the smallest linguistic unit that conveys meaning regular across the words. A word can consist of one or more morphemes. For example, happy is one morpheme because it's already a complete root word. But happiness has two morphemes, happy and ness. A morpheme can be a root or an affix. An affix can be a prefix before the root or a suffix after the root. For example, happiness. Happy is the root and ness is the suffix. And unhappy, un is the prefix and happy is the root. Okay, we move to free and bound morpheme. Free morpheme. A morpheme is free if it can stand alone as independent word in a sentence. For example, happiness. Happy is a free morpheme. And dancing, dance is a free morpheme. And books, book is a free morpheme. Next, bound morpheme. A morpheme is bound if it cannot stand alone or dependent. For example, in happiness, ness is a bound morpheme, and in dancing, ing is the bound morpheme, and in the books, the s is the bound morpheme. Okay, move to derivational morphology. The definition is a derivational morpheme changes the meaning of the word class part of speech of a word. For example, happy and unhappy. The un changes the meaning from positive happy to negative unhappy. And then teach and teacher. The changes from verb teach to teacher noun. And then kind and kindness. Kind is adjective changed to kindness noun. The key point is derivational morphology often create a new word and can be prefix or suffix. And then inflectional morphology. The definition is an inflectional morpheme changes the grammatical form of a word but does not change its meaning. For example, walk changed to walk. That ed it's past tense. And then cat to cats. That s is show. That cat is plural but does not change the meaning. It's still cat, right? And then run and running. The ing show to present participle. And the key point is inflectional morphology does not change meaning and only appears as suffix in English. Now we move to the last submaterial, which is a morphological process. Morphological process have 8 process. So I will explain one by one. The first is affixation. Affixation is adding prefix, suffix, or infix to a root. For example, unhappy, unhappy, and then kindness, kind and ness, and Then absolutely, the politely is infix. And then the second is reduplication. Reduplication is repeating a word or part of a word. For example, bye-bye. And then compounding. Compounding is combining two free morphemes into one word. For example, toothbrush, tooth and brush. And then blackboard, black and board. And then conversion or zero derivation is changing the word class without change the form. For example, email, noun, and to email, verb. Next is clipping. Clipping is shortening a longer word. For example, advertisement, aid, and telephone to phone. And then blending. Blending is combining part of two words into one. For example, breakfast and lunch change to brunch. Next, acronym and initialism. Acronym read as a word. For example, NASA and UNICEF. And initialism read letter by letter. For example, FBI and ATM. And the last is suppletion. Suppletion is when a word changes completely without following regular patterns, often for grammatical reasons. For example, go to when. When is past tense. And good, better, and best. And bad, worse. So, that's all for the material of morphology. Thank you for your attention and see you